Alright, what's up guys? This is GA here, bringing you guys the first series in GUA's USA Cup number 2. So yeah, this is a $250 tournament for players only from the US, so yeah, really fun. I did this once before, and yeah, so this is the second edition, and yeah, it's a lot of fun way to play with the different players from the US, kind of get to know the community a bit better. See some names that we don't always see, and usually these tournaments are community funded, so really appreciate the support to get a prize pool for these. So yeah, I'm super hyped that we're starting the second USA tournament here. So yeah, we got Clumsy Goldfish in the blue playing as the Macedonian civilization, playing versus Sormian, who's in yellow here, playing as the Byzantine civilization. So they're playing on Gorge. This is a best of 3, so this is a double elimination tournaments. We had 14 players sign up. So yeah, this is round 1. It's a best of 3 double elimination. So yeah, winner will move on to the next round, but whoever loses the series will move on to the lower bracket. So yeah, and quick little overview of both these players. Clumsy Goldfish, he's kind of like a low-key player that maybe most of the competitive scene don't know who Clumsy Goldfish is, but he's actually a very good player. I think he just really is like somewhat new to AOE4, at least to like competing. He's played in some tournaments, but he hasn't played in that many tournaments. I think he's now like starting to play in like EGC tournaments and playing tournaments more regularly. So he's a bit of a new name to the competitive scene. But he finished 51st overall on the ladder last season. He had 1954 ELO, so very high ELO. He looks like on his account he was playing like only Mongols, so I know he does play other civs, but he might not have the biggest civ pool. I'm not too sure. I know he is competent with other civs, but he almost got 1950 with Mongols last season, which is very, very difficult to do. So yeah, really impressive. Definitely a name to look out for. And yeah, Clumsy Goldfish, he is a favorite here. Sormian, he did finish another pretty decent player. He finished Conqueror 2 last season. So basically, like a Conqueror 2 player versus a high Conqueror 3 player. And Clumsy Goldfish is put on some aggression with the Spearman here. He built the Nerian war camp just at the back, his little house, and then he built the Vangarian stronghold. And I'm making a couple of these makeshift spearmen. This is interesting. I haven't casted. Oh, and he's already moving out to hunt, which is really interesting. Yeah, this would be cool for me to cast, and especially like the new civs. Macedonians, I know a decent amount about the new civs, but obviously people are still learning. I've been playing like a ton. Macedonians, a civ I've played against a good amount, but I haven't really played as them much. So yeah, I definitely can learn some stuff from watching Clumsy Goldfish play as them here. And yeah, so it's interesting that he moved out on hunt here in age 1. He's got some villagers, or actually just no, he took everyone off his sheep now. And he just moved out on hunt, so that's obviously going to slow down his age up quite a lot, but obviously the hunt's a faster food source, and he's already putting on some aggression here. So look at Sormian, he was able to gather enough gold, so he's aging up with the Grand Winery. I don't know, he did build a house outside of TC range though, so yeah, this does look like a pretty big mistake actually by Sormian. He might not have been expecting the Spearman rush from the Macedonians, but yeah, he's getting a house burnt down right now. So yeah, this is not good, obviously. And yeah, so kind of use these as obviously casting these series, but also I was gonna say some of the players in this tournament are lower skilled. Most of them, we actually got a lot of like Conqueror 3s, and I feel like it's higher skill than the last USA tournament. We did have some big names not played in this one that played in the previous one, but yeah, there's a good amount of like Conqueror 2s and Conqueror 3s in this tournament. But yeah, for Sormian, just I guess a tip or whatever is, you should not have built the house outside of TC range. Obviously, you don't always know if a civ is going to spear rush or not, but usually if you're unsure, or just in general, you should really build your houses within TC range always, because yeah, just losing that 50 wood is pretty painful. Losing that population supply. Obviously, he gathered enough wood, build a new house, but you know, it just gave the Spearman some value. And Stormion's gonna go with a pretty early tower here, so he did build the Grand Winery, and he does have the forward berries and also a forward gold mine. So this will be a nice tower where basically he's gonna protect the berries and the gold here a bit. So yeah, it's a pretty good call. And Clumsy Goldfish is actually aging with the Imperial Hippodrome, so he's gonna be a bit aggressive with the cavalry here. Let me know Twitch chat how the sound is and everything. Yeah, let me know if you guys can hear me well, and the game sound, the mic sound, all that good stuff. Clumsy Goldfish did lose a spearman there. You could say that Clumsy Goldfish got a little bit clumsy there, losing one of his spearmen, going a little bit too far within TC range, and getting one of his spearmen picked off. And I'm not super familiar with Stormion, honestly. Yeah, I'm not familiar with him. Like, I gotta look if he played in the last USA tournament. I think he did. Let me look. I should have pulled that up. His name sounds familiar. I know it sounds close to Soccerton, but I know he's not Soccerton. But yeah, he's a respectable player because, like I say, he finished Conqueror 2 last season. I'm gonna have to look up some of his information, see what tournaments he's played in, and see if he did play in the last USA tournament. But alright, so we got the Arsenal next to the mining camp, which buffs like the villager gathering. I think they gather silver along with the gold. That's a little interest then from Macedonians. We got some horsemen being produced. And the mining camp is getting killed here. Oh, we could have maybe upgraded arrow slits and then would maybe keep the mining camp alive. Oh, and he built the mining camp for like a 2-for-1, which is interesting, but yeah, it looks like Stormion already taking a lot of damage. And he's, yeah, getting idled here. Oh, it'd be so nice to just upgrade arrow slits here instead of getting pushed off. You probably could have saved that mining camp too. Yeah, it feels like a mistake. And I think one thing in Stormion's mistake that he's doing right now is that he's farming too soon. The Byzantine farms, you know, like it can be pretty good to, you know, build farms around the Grand Winery and all that, but it obviously costs the resources to make farms, and as you see, Stormion's like taking quite a bit of damage. He's getting idled quite a lot in this early H2 portion, and like he lost that mining camp, which he probably shouldn't have. Like, I think he should have tried to invest some of these resources more into like maybe upgrading arrow slits or getting military units out a bit sooner, because the farms are basically making your defense a bit harder, and you know the villagers are constantly popping inside this tower, and now you know they're not gathering, they're being idled. So yeah, I think it looks, and you know you have plenty of sheep here, plenty of berries. It would have been just better to delay the farm so that you can pull off this aggression a little bit better. We do have some walls coming down on the back end here. Hey, what's good? What's good? Doing good. It's casting the USA tournament here. Spearman gonna get picked up. Oh, that villager low HP, 10 HP Bill. Try to rush the wall down back here, but this is a lot of like idle villager time here. A lot of villagers really rushing to get it down. It's pretty expensive, honestly. Villager does go down, and then so a second villager is going. Yeah, second villager does go down. And still no arrow slits. This is where, especially when the mining camp is this close to, you know, you could just have 5 villagers forward gather stone and then drop off. And towers are so strong, right? Like arrow slits is so good. Like if you're gonna build a tower here, get arrow slits. It would, 2 of your villagers would not have died if you research arrow slits because you wouldn't have been all pushed onto the gold here. You would have like saved this mining camp, right? Getting arrow slits would have gave you so much value. Like you would be doing damage. Like this push wouldn't be able to happen if you have arrow slits to research. But yeah, really big mistake I think for Stormion not. I don't know, trying to be. He actually has the resources for arrow slits right now too. Maybe he's thinking like, oh, I want to save this to get like an H3 emplacement when I go H3 or something, or he's trying to be extra greedy and save the res. But man, this is where you have to get arrow slits in that scenario. Towers like can give so much value, and yeah, that arrow slits would have helped him significantly. Look at that Clumsy Goldfish, tower on his gold here. He's being, you know, obviously quite aggressive. And yeah, Clumsy Goldfish looking to be in a pretty good spot at the moment. Lots of units out. Oh, these are these like early Venerian guards. Yeah, Macedonians, they do seem like a very strong civilization. I know Byzantines are a very strong civ too. So it is really interesting to start to see the Macedonians versus like the old civs, and see how Macedonians compare versus the regular civs. Because you know you've been seeing Macedonians versus the new civs, a lot of them ladder, and they seem very, very strong. And you kind of get the sense that Macedonians are probably very strong versus the older civs also. And yeah, this is kind of good. Finally, you got arrow slits being researched from Sormian, but oh my god, if I would have got researched sooner, you could have gave him so much value. Just thinking about like the amount of units it could have killed, it, you know, could have, yeah. So yeah, big slip up there, I would say, by Sormian, not doing the arrow slits way, way sooner. Ended up losing, taking way more damage than should have. And yeah, 5 villagers killed already. Comes the Goldfish looking to move in again. Researching unique upgrade to increase the armor of all of your melee infantry by 1 and get plus 5% health. So these guys are really strong. These early Venerian guards, especially the longer feudal goes on, because you could, you know, get this upgrade, and these guys are no joke. He did go in like a little bit before that upgrade finished, so would have maybe should have waited a little bit, but. Oh my god, he got a huge raid here. Ended up killing 5 more villagers, so Clumsy Goldfish up 10 villagers at the moment. It's a huge, huge lead. And yeah, Clumsy Goldfish looking to be in a pretty demanding position at the moment. Yeah, I mean, Sormian, he's played this decently. I mean, the biggest tip I could give him, I've already said it, and it's kind of obvious maybe from more perspective, but just the arrow. Well, there's 2 things where I think he messed up. Number one, he didn't get arrow slits when like really early when he should have, which caused him to take a bunch of damage unnecessarily. And arrow slits such a cheap upgrade, especially if you're gonna have the tower built. And then number 2, I think he started making farms a little bit too early, which kind of delayed the amount of units he got, which caused him to take more damage. And you know, you still have a ton of sheep. Obviously, sometimes Byzantines might want to go on farms rather than sheep, but he took the main story here is in early H2, Sormian took a lot of damage, and even in H1, right? He lost a house, kind of lost the mining camp early. Sormian took a lot of damage in H1 and early H2, and you know, you can kind of chalk that up to, well, he built a house outside of TC range, he built a tower but never got arrow slits, he started farming too soon. So he did all these things that kind of like slowed down his momentum. And yeah, caused him to take a lot more damage than he needed to. But we do have a pretty strong push here coming out from Sormian. Moving out with a lot of Lamente, I believe is the correct pronunciation. And the javelin thrower, so got that long feudal age coming from Byzantines here. And population-wise, army value-wise, it's in favor of Clumsy Goldfish. And big engage here. A couple rams were even made, but they're not being needed. But yeah, this Macedonian army is going to be very, very strong. Just these the man-at-arm type of units. Going to be very difficult to deal with. And Clumsy Goldfish was ready to push into the opponent's base, but Sormian coming at him with this fight, and yeah, basically getting demolished here. So yeah, this is looking pretty one-sided at the moment. Yeah, Clumsy Goldfish looking really good to win this game. And this is interesting for me. I am gonna play versus, well, I'm playing versus a different opponent in my round 1 series, and then I'm in this tournament also. And I'm gonna be playing versus the winner of this series. So this is a little scouting session for me. I mean, if I wasn't casting it, I'd still probably watch the games back. But yeah, so this is good to know. Clumsy Goldfish looks like he does have the Macedonians down pretty well. So yeah, it's gonna be important for me to know it's Clumsy Goldfish, looking like the favorite in the series. And there's GG, Clumsy Goldfish taking game 1. And yeah, we're able to see that power of the Macedonians versus the Byzantines there. Alright, so get into the next game. Coastal Cliffs. French versus Malians. This will be an interest. I think this is kind of a tough one. This is a tough one. I think Malians are favored in this matchup. And it's probably not the best French map, and also Clumsy Goldfish is on paper the better player. So yeah, this is gonna be tough for Sormian, I think, but we'll see what he can make happen. I wish this matchup would have been flipped. I would have been curious to see how Clumsy Goldfish would have played as like French, but. Okay, so Sormian. Oh, getting wild. Oh boy. Oh god. Everybody hold your breath. We got 6 villagers moving out to the boar. That is one of the cool things about this map. The boar is pretty close, but you can sometimes attack a boar with 8 villagers, and it's very common for players to lose 1 vill. He's gonna attack a boar with only 6 vills. How many vills is he gonna lose here? Everybody guess in Twitch chat. Oh god, hold your breath. Hold your breath. Oh, the micro coming out. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. So never doubted Sormian for a second. Beautiful. So he used 6 villagers to attack the boar. And yeah, he didn't lose any vills, which sometimes can be hard because the villagers, like the hitboxes can really clump together on top of each other, and it makes it like really difficult to select the specific vill that's getting attacked. So like, no joke, this is actually kind of tough sometimes. So he did build the mill off really far. Probably should have built the boar first. But so the lowest vill is 5 HP. The downside of this though is if Clumsy Goldfish just spots this, if the scout walks by at any point, you can start attacking the lowest HP vill with your scout, even if it's just an H1 scout. All you have to do is attack this vill 5 times, and then it's dead. So, yeah, this vill is very vulnerable. Even if it starts going back home immediately, it might not make it home safely. So we do have the classic 6 house opening from the Malians. They still got 1 vill gathering wood, so I'm not sure if that was the purpose or not. He's maybe gonna add another house, I guess, but it's on. But yeah, in the classic age up, usually I think you put all of your villas back to food, but leaving I guess the newly trained ones on wood might slow down your age up a little bit. But oh, here we go, Clumsy Goldfish. He's gonna spot the boar vill soon. Oh my god, it's actually really big if he misses it. Not like huge, but that's actually good that he missed that. And Sormian going with age 1 wheelbarrow. Okay. I don't know. It's the boar playing age 1. It's so interesting. I feel like Sormian could have optimized this better though. The boar does spawn pretty damn close to your town center, to be honest. But I think the best way is, I think you maybe have to use your scout. Like the boar spawned right here. But you can, lure the boar. Imagine if you pulled the boar with a scout or even a villager. Like, I guess he could have killed the boar, like, right here, which is actually pretty insane. Imagine if you kill a boar, like, right here, and then you can have a tower protecting the gold and the boar. Like, that would actually be pretty crazy. I mean, you could maybe even lure the boar. It would probably go, like, right here. That would be big. You might lose some scouting time, or maybe use 1 villager to attack it and then pull it, but I think it's worth it to pull the boar back because it becomes so much safer. Then the low HP villas aren't as far out and exposed. Oh my god, yeah. See, like the scout probably should just start attacking a 5 HP vill there, but yeah, man, this is a good technique though. I might start like doing this with French or other civs though on this map because the boar does spawn like so close. It's wow, but this one spawned really far though. That's wild. The balance is just kind of iffy here. Yeah, I think sometimes that's how this map is. Like sometimes the boar spawns very close, and then yeah, this one. All right, and wow, Clumsy Goldfish going with the trade network landmark, which is interesting. Yeah, I mean it's definitely off meta. It's on paper, it's the worst landmark. It is nice that it's gonna protect a hunt and a gold mine, so that is nice, and it partially protects this mine. Obviously you're gonna get less resources though, and I don't know, you don't really have to protect hunt with Malian, so it doesn't feel the most useful doing this landmark. Yeah, probably on paper just not really worth it, but it's an interesting approach from Clumsy Goldfish here. He's now building a mill and researching Double Broadaxe. Let's take a look. Ah, there we go, the 5 HP Vill. And oh boy. And yeah, this is why this is what makes it so tough about the board. Like, not only are these villas idle, but boom, one villager goes down. And now this like already just isn't worth it. Like, you lost a villager at 5 minutes and 20 seconds. It's not worth it. Even if you have good gathering speed with a boar, just losing one vill at 5 minutes and 20 seconds is like huge. It's like devastating, right? So yeah, that's the downside where you know, you think maybe the boar play is nice, you get on that really quick food source early, but I mean, if you're just deleting a villager at 5 minutes, that's really, really bad. We got the first night crossing the map here, another night in production, and already moving on the second hunt source too. Be a little dangerous though, and there's a lot of sheep back at home still, and the boar, probably a good chunk of food left in the boar. But you know, the Malian players, they usually are very defensive, so it feels that he is okay enough to be able to move on the map, which is good. Starting to attack the first houses here. We do have the walls did not get up. It looks like it's interesting. Clumsy Goldfish called it quits on building wall. He probably didn't want to risk losing a villager. Deer being pushed in further towards the tower here, which is nice by Clumsy Goldfish. Now using the Spearman to push back the knights here. So yeah, really hard for Stormman to get any value with his knights, right? Like, all these villagers within TC range, obviously Bill's all on top of the sheep, we got the mill just pumping out cattle. Villagers are on top of this tower. There's really nothing for the knights to do, like, except maybe attack these houses, but then the spearmen just throw their spears from range, so yeah, that's where it gets kind of weird as French, where it feels like a waste of resources in a sense to go knights, because now you're investing a lot of resources into military units, but they just cannot get any value. You did pick up the scout, which is nice, because that's kind of like the only value they can get. You know, he is going double knights. This is interesting. He's going for chivalry to heal the knights, but yeah, you don't really want to go underneath the tower here. Ooh, the wall is getting complete. That would have been one nice thing, maybe try to prevent that wall from going up. But yeah, there's just a lot of spearmen here to push back the knights. Uh-oh, might get them trapped here a little bit. Don't lose knights. Don't lose any knights before the heal and upgrade. So yeah, that's a tough thing about Malians. They're so good at defending. It's just very difficult to push into the Malian base. And you have like spearmen that can attack from like range distance, which is makes them like so insanely good at defending. And then they have javelins, which are incredibly good at defending. So yeah, it makes it very difficult to just do any damage to a greedy Malian player. They let the scout dead. Yeah. Oh, and yeah, this feels weird. You're building a tower on a boar, but I think there's only like 800 food left in the boar. You already lost one villager on the board too, so, oh no, low HP knights! And try to get a kill pick off. I shouldn't have sent the low HP one and run! And a knight goes down for Sormian, so not worth the value there, just losing that really expensive unit. Ooh, nice raid here, though, picking off a villager. There we go, that's what we need from Sormian to stay in this. So we got the double knight production, and looks like probably maybe gonna see Pierce Armor upgrade coming in. Oh, careful, careful. Oh man, look at that. You just got 10 spearmen attacking from a distance, almost one hitting a knight. So Sormian going back in is idling the vills there, which is nice as long as you don't lose the Oh my god, that's so painful. Like, these spearmen attacked from range twice there to kill a knight. That's where, yeah, it's really tough. Yeah, so I think that's 2 knights down. Archer range, first archer range now being built here from Sormian. He is researching the Pierce Armor upgrade. Oh no, we got some warrior scouts coming. Could pick off this one spearman. Oh yeah, get him, get him, get him. There you go. Oh god, but then look at that. The spearman tosses like, that's interesting. You almost have enough to one-hit a knight. And I never even really thought of that. It doesn't always get in this scenario where like you have the knights versus the spearmen, but yeah, I guess you need like maybe 13 or like 14 to one-hit a knight from distance. That's... it looks like another villager went down for Sormian. I think he lost one villain in that hunt there. At least there's some nice wolves. Oh my god, 3 wolves here ready to kill a villager. Sheep that never got picked up. Who wants to guess, is the villager gonna live building this wall? Probably gonna get torn apart by these Spidey infantry. And yeah, so Clumsy Goldfish now has his eyes on Castle Age. He's macroing up to try to start aging pretty soon. He does have a lot of cattle here too, and starting to get pretty close to the resources to go Castle Age, while having a really strong economy behind this. He still hasn't gone out on these deer yet, so that's just ran out of sheep, but he came about onto those deer. And taking a look at Sormian, he's for sure feudal, right? He's clearly gonna be stuck in feudal here. He does have 13 knights, actually 15 total knights, but it's gonna be so hard to push into this Malian base. It's just with TC fire and there's like 15 spearmen from the Malians. The age up is now beginning for Clumsy Goldfish. And yeah, this is weirdly like, I guess go time for it is go time for Sormian. Once that landmark, and yeah, this is what I was talking about. Oh god, this villager RIP. No way that wall's getting up with 3 wolves. That's so annoying, kind of like just distracts you, and oh god, this vill ain't gonna make it. Good job not losing villager to the Buddy infantry. But oh boy. I think that now the tower went down there on that boar. This villager attacking 3 wolves. All the knights come back to save the vill. Yeah, but this economy is just like gonna skyrocket for Clumsy Goldfish. I mean, it's already extremely good with this amount of cattle. He's got 18 cattle right now. And now the Grand Fluani Corral landmark being built around it, so the Malian eco is just absurd at this point. And yeah, it's where it's tough for the French. Now, you know, French is incredibly stuck in feudal age. This is like full go time if it wasn't already. You gotta move them archers up. Go archers! We need everything. Oh yeah, this is a little bit of a mistake. Sormian realizes he's got to push in. He's moving up with all of his knights, but yeah, the archers are still back actually. Maybe try to just dive in and like hit the eco here or something, kill some villas and dip away. But I mean, the spearmen can attack from range, so not many options. And ain't looking so hot for Sormian at the moment. One knight gets stunned. He's just gonna fight knights versus the. These are hardened Danzos too, or no, those are the H2 ones, right? Yeah, those are still the H2 Danzos, but he didn't have. He could have had the archers there in that fight at the very least, right? But yeah, not looking. Oh, and the wall's up. The knights are trying to run. They're forced to kind of engage here. If the archers were here, this trade wouldn't be like that bad. Imagine if there's like 10 archers in this fight. You know what? I mean, still, like, you have to kind of win the game here as a French player, but this is, oof. Yeah, it's a rough one. Yeah, none of the archers were in that fight. Malini Ecos just gets crazy here, and yeah, it does feel like a tough matchup. And with Clumsy Goldfish, you know, just being the better player on paper, kind of makes for a tough one there for Sormian, but There we go. GG. Best of 3 finishes. Clumsy Goldfish winning the series 2-0. And this is the first series in GiveUA's USA Cup number 2. $250 prize pool for USA only players. And yeah, that's the wrap for the first series.